Hello, my name's Ashley and I host this little podcast called One Stitch After Another. Thank you so much for choosing to watch today. As you join me, I'm in the United Kingdom, in England. I am working on my Northeasterly blanket. It is a very in-depth project, shall we say. I'll leave a link to the pattern down below. It's by the lovely Skeinanigans and it is quite a popular pattern on Ravelry. And I'm just making a mistake because I'm not very good at knitting and talking at the same time. Anyway, I cast this on 2 years ago with a yarn advent from Elderflower Stitches. And there are other yarns in there now, but it is predominantly Elderflower Stitches. It's very, very heavy, very cumbersome, and I can't get it all in shot. So I will show you a little bit of extra footage that I've just taken of it. So I've laid my blanket out so you can see what I've done so far. Gorgeous colours, aren't there? There's a lot to do. I think I'm going to set myself a little goal of doing maybe 20 minutes a day on it. Otherwise, I'll be collecting my state pension. So apologies to the lovely Suzie from Elderflower Stitches if she happens to watch this. She won't. I think I said I was using Sherry Iris yarn advent. There is a little bit of Sherry Iris yarn in here, but not on advent. I bought some bluey greens just to give a little bit of depth of colour because everything is very pastel, which is what Suzie loves. And yes, I've worked out that on my current rate of knitting it is very heavy. I said drawing my state pension. I'll be 67 when I draw my state pension, unless the UK government change the rules again. And yes, I think I will be closer to 75. So I've done equivalent of about 2 columns a year, and I've got 26 to go. I've got some partial columns, so yes, that's 13 years, isn't it? But I would like to get a wiggle on because I have got lots and lots of little balls of yarn wound up, ready to go to knit this beauty in. I don't know how much weight it's going to take, but I'm doing, as I just said in that little bit of footage, 90 centimetres, that wouldn't be very big, would it? 90 inches long by approximately 90 inches wide. Each of these columns that I'm knitting should be approximately 3 inches wide. So what I love about it is it's a very meditative pattern and it is garter stitch. I'm just counting, just bear with, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yes, it is very meditative. A lot of people don't like garter stitch, but I do. And there is no pattern beyond deciding when you want to change colour. And I've just got the tiniest little bit of this blue that I'm finishing from the end of the previous column before I go to a new colour. And I'd forgotten how much I enjoy it actually. And I think I'm going to make, as I just said in that little bit of footage, a plan to do about 20 minutes every day. So share with me in the comments, have you got any projects that are what I'd call heirloom projects? My son's just looked at this, he's 23 and he said, oh, that's nice. So perhaps it's something that he would like in the future. I need to do 3 blankets though in that case because I've got 3 children and what one has, the other has to have. But I'd like to know if you've got projects that are taking you years and years. We will stop now. So compared to a lot of people that do knitting podcasts, I am not a particularly prolific knitter at this moment in time. I don't have any whips to show you. No, I tell a lie. I have whips to show you. That was a whip. I don't have any works, finished objects to show you apart from this. This was my 12 days of Knitmas mystery knit along hosted by Nomadic knits. And I really enjoyed it actually, and I want to talk a little bit about knit-alongs and mystery knit-alongs. Are you a fan or not? This one I liked, although you can see my Kitchener stitch, dreadful, and that was because you had to do a crochet provisional cast on, and I don't know how to do that. I watched various videos, I struggled. I just did my own thing and bodged it. To be honest, I don't really mind that. But I am very happy with the yarn choices and colours that I chose. You had to have 6 contrast colours, and they suggested Emma's Practically Perfect sock minis, which is what I used from Stash. I didn't buy extra, and it was supposed to be Emma's Sori silk, and I wasn't going to buy any yarn, so I used some lace weight silk in this cream colour that I had in my stash, and I gave it a good blocking. I didn't check gauge, I tend not to with accessories, but I was so pleased with how it looked after blocking. I love the little bit of openness of the lace there and the little pops of colour. My yarns were all quite variegated, my contrast yarns, and it's just enough to give a little bit of warmth around the neck. It's not heavy, and it's a twisted cowl. If I were to do it again, I might do it untwisted, but yes, I do really like my colour choices, so I'll put that back on. Now, what shall I show you? I enjoyed doing that mystery knit along because the clues were released once a day for 12 days and they were a manageable size. And what I also loved was that I learnt new stitches. So there was some Estonian lace knitting, things with dropped stitches or slipped stitches. I'd done mosaic before in a previous knit along of hers. But yes, what I liked was that every day it was something just a little bit different, just to stretch you. But I think if I were to do one of her patterns again, I would check gauge because mine is a little bit tight in places. But as I say, I was very pleased with the blocking. Now, one of the other mystery knit-alongs that I signed up to last year was this one. I have not made any progress since I last spoke to you on this. I have not picked it up at all. I think I'm going to frog it. I do. I'm not getting any pleasure out of knitting it at the moment. And I did say, although it's such a waste of yarn, isn't it? Because there's so much colour work or use of colour, I'm going to get lots of little bits of yarn. And this is La Bien Aimée Cashmerino, which was not cheap. And I like the colours. Let's see, they're similar to what I've got here. But I just don't like the pattern. Perhaps I'll feel differently about it a little bit later on in my knitting adventure this year. Yeah, I just, look, I've got this. Oh, yeah, not happy with that at all. So I think I got swept up by the hype. Stephen West Knits, I love some of his patterns and I really wanted to do a West Knits shawl. Maybe I should not have spent so much money on such lovely yarn for something that I didn't know what the outcome was going to be. I'd be interested to know your thoughts on that. Will I knit one of his patterns again? I think I'm going to go through his catalogue and see if there's something else that I would prefer to knit. Will I frog it? Will I carry on? That is a question that needs to be answered. Now, in terms of something that does not need frogging and will be being carried on, is my Ambershore shawl by Ines Sanger. And I don't know whether I'm going to be able to finish this, get this in shot. I've done one of these already, and it's from my dear friend Julie. The first one was for her. This one is for her daughter who's breastfeeding, and she's got a birthday at the end of February. So I need to crack on, but I think, a good 2/3 of the way through it. So I've just come to the end of the second colour block panel. I've got to do a row of bubbles along here, which is going to be time consuming. And then I've got to do a section in this deep blue colour. And then there'll be a third colour work panel and then bind off. So I am getting there. Again, I haven't checked gauge. I've done it on a slightly larger needle than I did last time because I was a couple of inches out overall on my blocking when I came to block it. So I've gone up a needle size and hopefully that will do. But this is Sherry Irish yarn. So this colour is called Songbird. The deep blue is called Midnight Hour. And then this I'd call it Ginger. This is called What Would Anne Do? And considering I've got 3 Sherry Irish yarn advents to knit my way through, I've never knitted her with her yarn before, apart from little bits in my Northeasterly blanket, and I love it. I absolutely love it, and I love this colour. I'd like something for me in this colour, but I'm not buying yarn this year, says she. So that is a work in progress. Then I've shown, now this, I was so fired up to do this. This is my Kareno sweater by Eri Shimizu. Sorry, the light isn't very good and you probably can't see that. I'll leave a link. I was so fired up for doing this, but because I've been knitting things for other people, I just haven't really made any progress with it. I'm not even going to show you what I have done. But it's knit in this gorgeous pink. Well, I wanted to get the grey that's in the photo, but I couldn't get enough of the quantity that I needed for my size. So I've gone for this pale pink, which is quite nice actually. Now, it feels a bit rustic, this yarn. I'm hoping it will soften up with some washing. But yes, I would like to make some good progress with that over the next couple of months, definitely. I don't think I'm going to get it finished to wear for what's left of this winter, spring. So yes, we'll see if we can get it sorted for winter 2024. Now, I do have another finished object actually. This isn't a very professional podcast, is it? So I think I showed these work in progress in a previous video. They are finished. They've been on these blockers for quite a while. And actually I found a lovely place to hang them. In my kitchen I've got a standing light lamp, and it's got a little bar, and it's just perfect for hanging the socks up to dry. But yes, I'm quite pleased with those. Again, it's a bit rustic, the yarn. It's Drops Fable. The person wanted greys and blues, so I think that will fit the bill quite nicely. So they'll be going off in the post very shortly. Talking of socks, one of my subscribers on my other channel, which is called Paper and Twine, I'll leave a link to that in the description box as well. They messaged me after seeing one of my videos saying, do you knit socks for the people? And I said, well, I can do. So I'm going to be knitting 3 pairs of socks for her. So Dee Dee, if you're watching, I'm looking forward to getting the yarn. She's ordered the yarn, and that is wending its way to me, because we don't live in the same part of the UK. So she's posting that on to me. So I'll be knitting another 3 pairs of socks in the next coming months, weeks, days. Now, next thing I want to talk about are a couple of knitting plans. So I've donated one of my gnomes that I knitted, Norman. she was in pastel colours. I've donated her to my mum, who's in a nursing home, and I thought I need to knit myself another gnome so that my Norman, who is in lovely bright colours from hedgehog fibres, will have a companion to talk to on the shelf. So this was a mystery knit along from Imagined Landscapes, Sarah Shearer, last year. And this is a gnome called Grifty, and I haven't started it. I've got all the pattern printed off, and I think that is the most adorable shape. I love it. And I've had this ready to go for quite some time. So I've got my little project bag. I've got a little notebook in here. I've got some stuffing. I've got some scissors. I've got needles to sew up. This is going to be my base colour. I think that that's probably about, I was going to say 50 grams, but maybe not. And I think it's Koigu Painter's Palette. But that's going to be my main colour for the gnome body. This is going to be my contrast colour for the nose and the hands. This is Emma's Perfectly Practical sock from a bundle I got last year, a little minis fade. I think there were 10 in a pack, and I like that it's just got little tiny bits of green in it. So that's going to be for the nose and the hands, and the contrast on the hat. And then this is going to be for the hat. This is again from a colour fade. So there are the three colours together, and I might be cheeky, I might start that today. I don't know. I need to get my bubbles on the shawl done. Once I've got that row out of the way, I know that I can fly with the next plain section quite quickly. But yes, I'm really looking forward to that. And I need a project to take to work, a small project to take to work while I'm waiting for the sock yarn to come. So I think that might be my school project in the interim. Although I am a bit concerned there is a provisional cast on required at some point, and I cannot do them. I cannot use a crochet hook. I do not know what it is. Then, this yarn I have had in my stash for forever. Well, no, not forever. I've got 2 balls of this. You can see it's looking a little bit the worse for wear. It is so soft. It is so soft. This is Filatura di Croce. It's called Superior, and I think it is cashmere. Yes, I think it is cashmere and silk. And I am going to knit this pattern again that I've had in my stash for a long time, and again you can't really see, it's a cowl with a little bit of a lace pattern. And this is an old pattern from either Vogue International or Interweave Knits. I had at one point lots and lots of these magazines taking up space in the house. So I was very strict with myself and cut out the patterns that I knew that I would have a go at, and got rid of the rest. So they're in a couple of ring binder folders. Can you see better there? So that is something that I, again, might have a crack at. It's like, yeah, are you a monogamous knitter or are you a serial knitter? I just need to find the right needle size, circular needle, in terms of length, cable length for that. And in case you didn't know what the Ambershore shawl looked like, that's it there. Sorry, the light is appalling, isn't it? So that's a couple of planned projects. Now, acquisitions. Now, if you saw my goals video at the start of January, one of my goals was to knit things that bring me joy, which I think by and large I'm doing, which is why I'm not picking up my West Knits Mystery Knit Along. Not that it's a mystery anymore, everybody knows what it looks like now, don't they? Another one was to not have any yarn purchases or unnecessary yarn purchases. Now I have got an acquisition, but for transparency, I ordered this on the 27th of December before I'd made my goals. And I've been eyeing this particular yarn up for a very long time on loop. And I went ahead at the end of the year, at the end of 2023, because this yarn is discontinued, it's no longer being manufactured. And I wanted some in my stash. So I bought 2 sweaters quantity of different colours. Well, I say 2. This is the first colour. It's Madeleine Tosh. And I can't remember what the actual yarn's called, but it has got copper filament through it. So there's like a sparkle. And I love this colour. I think this colour's called Dubrovnik. And I wanted 4 skeins of this. And when I went on to order this, the website did show that there were 4. And in fact, actually, I've had this problem with Loop a couple of times, that their MPR system is not accurate. So, yes, they only had 3. So I need to find something. I think maybe a short cropped cardigan to go with the dress that's quite fitted in this. I'm just looking to see what the yardage is. It's 384 metres, so I haven't quite got 1200 metres, which I think I would need for a sweater. So I could team it with maybe something else, like for cuffs and ribs or something, contrasting. But yes, I should be on the hunt to see a pattern for this. Then this next, it's the same yarn, but this is a different colourway. This one is called Tiny House, and I love it. It's got all kinds of different colours in it. So it's got bits of orange, bits of yellow, beige, cream, and again it's got that sparkle thread, copper thread going through it. I don't know whether the camera's showing it up on this colourway so effectively. But I've got 4 skeins of that. So I should be able to do quite a nice sweater with that. Maybe some kind of boxy, Yoho Locatelli boxy. I don't know. Let me know what you think. What would you knit with that? And there we are, my lovelies. I think that is me done. I need to tidy it up, and yes, I will be back soon. This bag here is full of little tiny, no, not little tiny, it's full of yarn for my Northeasterly blanket in various sizes. Yes, so not a lot to talk about today, which is why I've not been on, but I will be back very soon. Oh yes, I might be back soon actually, because I'm going up to Harrogate at the weekend and Leeds, and I do believe that in Leeds city centre there is a yarn shop which I would like to go to, and if they allow me I'd like to do a little bit of film footage, so there may be a little bit of souvenir yarn, but if I do buy anything, it will be mindful. Anyway, I need to tidy up, get this edited, and I will be back soon. Do give a thumbs up, like, share and subscribe. Take care. Bye now.